Hi all, welcome to the channel or welcome back to the channel, and in this one today I'm going to be making a very super easy notice board made with a bunch of scrap foam I still had laying about from previous projects. So this is very easy to make, looks really cool, and yeah, without further ado, I'm going to take you to the crafting table and let's do this. Come on! Everybody, so a piece of XPS foam or foam board, and we're going to cut this to 3.5 centimeters and 8 centimeters in length. And then we're going to mark this like so and cut that out. Now I have this piece of XPS beam that is 1 by 1 centimeter, but you can also use balsa wood or foam board. Now texture both pieces with a wire brush to create a wood grain like so. It's really easy to do, guys. It's super easy craft. Now next I'm going to mark vertical 0.5 centimeter lines like so, and I'm going to create the boards of our notice board. Also texture these with a wire brush, as you see me do, like so. And this is scrap foam, guys. So I have another XPS beam which I will mark equally with the board, 8 centimeters. And I'm going to use PVA glue, but hot glue would work faster, honestly. And stick that on. I have a 2mm thin XPS piece which I cut to 8 centimeters in length, 3 centimeters wide. Texture this as well. And yeah, then we're going to glue that to the bottom. Now I'm going to cut it to fit, so the ledge will be 1 centimeter. And I'm going to glue the 1 centimeter beams to the side and leave the bottom part sticking out for 1.5 centimeters to create the supports on which it will stand. And in a couple of minutes we'll have this. Now I'm going to glue some popsicle sticks as a support beam, but you can put that underneath. With more offcuts, I'm going to cut 2 triangles, texture these as well. And I'm going to create another piece that will be the roof, but be smarter than me and don't draw vertically the lines when you have horizontal beams. Just stick that on with some PVA glue, like so. I also glue the skull on the ledge. I let it all dry and I'm going to prime it brown. It took 2 coats to get it to look like this, honestly. You can spray paint it, but I just use it by hand. I'm going to snip off the bottom parts and I'm going to dry brush 2 layers on the entire piece with a mixture of 90% white to brown. Dry brush it 2 times to get the grain really, to get it to pop actually. And be sure that this is really dried perfectly before we go to the next step, which will be our wash. But first give it 2 good coats of dry brushing. Alright, now I'm going to use my oil wash I used in all my previous Mordheim builds, and I'm going to cover the entire piece. But you can use an acrylic wash, Nuln Oil, Agrax Earthshade, or your own homemade wash. But I still had a lot of oil wash left, so I'm going to use that. Really brings out the wood grain. Looks really cool and grimy. I'm going to let that dry. Now these are the posters I got from Devs and Dice, which you can take from one of his videos. But you can just as easily create your own posters for this, guys. I mean, if you find some images you like, just download them. I'm going to wet the area, then cover it with some PVA and stick on the posters. And as I said, the posters, create your own. Feel free to do whatever you want. Then we're simply going to attach them to the notice board. It's a really super fast, super easy craft. Anyone can do this. And it's a nice beginner's project. And it gives some good line of cover and it really looks nice on the table. So I would say go for it, guys. Anyone can make this. I'm going to stick some on the back as well, some on the side. Cover it with some PVA to make it stick better. You can use super glue as well, but I wouldn't recommend it on the XPS foam. Unless you're using balsa wood, then you can definitely use super glue. So we are done marking the back of these posters as well. And here we have Albert standing in front of the notice board. I don't think he's gonna attack the dragon. Alright, so super easy to do. Thank you all for watching, guys. I know it was a quick video, but see you in the next one. Bye for now. Bye.